Hello everyone just joining, to those who have been waiting, to everyone watching things back on the VOD, whether it's here on Twitch or on YouTube, depending on when you're watching this. Hello, welcome to another stream, and welcome once again to another Sunday stream, which means it's time for another game dev stream. So if you've been keeping up, then you would know that it's taken a little bit of time to... I mean, this is not the test level, it always loads up in the third-person environment, but to go over what was done last time, where is the... It's in the game and in the maps folder, and then test level. There we go. Right, so I'm also going to put on the music now because I may as well get that out of the way. Where is... trying to think of a good one. Right. I'm trying to think. Maybe this from Spyro 2? Or maybe Sunny Beach. Wait, no. There we go. That one. There we go. Right. Okay. So going through what we did last time, and also the streams before that, because, you know, this process took a little bit of time to do, and we finally got it done previous game dev stream. So I may as well sort of go through things with people who may not have been here or who haven't been keeping up, just for the sake of it. And bear in mind I'm also still drinking hot chocolate, so pardon if I take any breaks while I'm breaking things down. Okay, so we built the test level. The test level is mainly for like sort of walking through like different aspects of the player controls, not really focused on any sort of environmental mechanics or enemy sort of based mechanics or anything along those lines. It is primarily the movement mechanics as they stand so far. That being basic movement, sprinting, jumping, air dashing, stomping, wall jumping and wall sliding, and so basically all of those things. And it basically goes through like each part in stages, and then towards the end of the test level tries to bring them together as best as it possibly can. And of course, Unreal taking forever to launch play mode on the first play as usual. There we go. So we have this like little opening area, we jump up here. Then we have this area, which I don't have the obstacles implemented here yet, of course, but this is essentially like going to have like a wall of things that are supposed to push the player off of here. So, and what it's supposed to try and teach them is, you know, using their sprint to quickly outmaneuver things. So, for example, like they're using their sprint, but they still get pushed off, then they just walk back along here, along this little, I guess you could call it a kind of tray, where the player is pushed into, and then they sort of try it again until they get over here. Great! Now they have a section where they need to use the air dash. So, teaching the player that this option exists. Then we have double air dash, because it's important to let the player knows that, oh, not only do they have one air dash, but they also have two. And if they need to use it to reach like further sort of platforms and the like, then they can do that. Then we get to the little observation area here, which gives the player, in this, like at the very least in this case, a clear view of where the end of the level is supposed to be. So this huge structure here through this window. And the reason I did that is because normally within level design, at the very least from what I have studied up on in the past via like online courses and whatnot, it's that a good thing to consider in level design is directing the player's like gaze towards something significant like a landmark or so on, or having the objective of the level within clear view throughout most, if not all, of the level. It won't be possible throughout the entire level if you have, say you have like a large landmark within the level, but that level also requires that you go underground at points. You wouldn't be able to have it visible all the time, but you can sure as hell try and make it present within, I guess, most of the level. But this is the case of, oh, we have a little area where the player can sort of see where they're supposed to go. And you may be wondering, oh, like, there's a little thing over there, there's a walkway. The player could probably just, you know, air dash there, but I'd probably make it so... That's one thing I didn't consider at the time. I'd definitely put, like, a wall or sort of, like, roof. Basically make it into a corridor instead, and make it impossible for the player to sort of air dash into that, because that feels a bit too easy to maneuver. But what is supposed to happen is that they see that this floor is a bit out of sorts. At the moment, there's no proper texture for it, but they see that the floor is out of sorts. It doesn't match up with the rest of it, so they use the stomp, and they stomp through the floor, which is intentional, and they end up down here. And then they walk up to this little tower area. And now, within this tower area, the player is unable to reach this with a normal jump, even with, like, any sort of momentum or climb provided by the capsule collider. So what they need to do here is to wall jump along these different platforms, or up to these different platforms as they sort of scale up this tower structure. Which I feel like is a very nice way of not only teaching the wall jump, but also... Oh, whoops, I messed that up terribly. But also teaching them that not only can they do the wall jump, but they can also jump at an angle, and they come out at basically the same angle, but reflected, which is pretty neat. And here we have, like, the wall slide segment, which doesn't have its obstacles in either, but we're going to have wall spikes here that hurt the player. And they sort of air dash onto here, and once they're done there, they get to the last segment of the level, which kind of brings things together. So an air dash into a wall jump, into, like, another sprint segment, which goes into another wall jumping, like, little mini wall jump segment. And then we have another sort of tall wall jump, which it may get monotonous at times, but this was just me kind of figuring out a good... I also messed that up horribly. You know, always fun to see, you know, just, like, even though things have been tested before, still messing up a little bit, you know. And then we get up to this bit here, and then at the end is another floor that the player can break into, and for all intents and purposes, we say that this point here, this is where the level ends. This is where something happens, say the end of the tutorial, or something big happens, like an explosion maybe. Like, imagine that. Imagine that, but probably not. As this is only a stage meant to sort of test, at the moment, player movement mechanics. I do want to give the player the ability to actually do stuff, because in any 3D platformer, especially collectathon platformers, you definitely want the player to be able to do something with enemies, because otherwise, well, what the hell is the player supposed to do? They can't, you know, attack them, they can't get them out of the way. It's just going to make their life a misery. So, I do want to give the player an attack, eventually. Whether that's like a series of punches, or a kick, or like throwing a projectile, or something along those lines, then I do want to do that. However, there are some other things I want to sort of try and go over, if that makes sense. I should probably open Clip Studio, because I will probably still need to illustrate my points, like I always do, because it makes it easier for me. It definitely makes it easier to do. There we go. Nice hot drink for nights where it's slowly getting colder now. Like, it's been getting a little nippy, a little bit chilly outside, but it is getting colder and colder. It is getting to the point where, you know, it's not very nice to wear what I normally wear outside, and that kind of makes me sad. Also, sorry, give me a moment. I haven't finished drinking the hot chocolate. I made it sound like I had, but I hadn't. So, you know, still periodically taking breaks to sip it. Anyway, so potential things that I want to work on this stream that I may not get done this stream, but it's something to keep in mind. So, potential things. So, pusher obstacles. And bearing in mind, this isn't like... Oh, yo, hello, hello. So, pusher obstacles. And bearing in mind, this is not like a little crusher thing that crushes the player or anything. That's not what I'm wanting to do. That's not it. Instead of crushing the player, I want a thing that just, like, pushes them off. Like, say that we have the thing here, we have the walkway there, and then the player is just kind of being pushed off like that. So that's one thing. Another thing is, you're basically a piston. Basically just a piston. I should, to be fair, a piston just makes more sense than the name. Yeah, I don't know why I was doing it in a roundabout way. It's just a piston, but one that definitely applies quite a bit of a force to the player is what I'm thinking of. The second thing is that I do want to get. I mean, spikes are easy enough. Spikes are easy enough. You just have a thing on the collision, check if like the player overlaps or makes a hit with it, and then apply damage and whatnot. So apply damage. I was also zoomed into the wrong part here. So apply damage on hit, which that would make that little wall jump, wall slide segment a bit more complete, because it is kind of missing that at the moment. So it does need that. The other thing I want to try and... Boo! Hey, Heater! Heyo! And... Oops, sorry. And then the third thing... The third potential thing I want to try looking into... And this isn't something that I ever did when I was... I mean, in a way, yes, but also no, because I didn't properly do it in Unity. Gotta be simplistic. Ask the guy who made a fucking mech with the black hole ability. It was unnecessary pain, but it... Yeah, no, like, sometimes you have ideas that you think, this would be good, but it's complex, but you want to see it through because it's cool. And I get that feeling. I used to be ambitious. I say I used to be. I'm still... I still have a lot of ambition when it comes to ideas. It's just... I try to rein myself in a lot more nowadays, because otherwise I don't get anything done. So I try and keep things small now, and then if I want to expand on it a little bit more, then I go a little bit more all in. But I understand that. I have done that before. Like, when I was back in college for like one little project that I did, and this was the only game development thing that happened in college, because I didn't properly do game dev until university. But when I was in college, the little project I worked on, I was thinking, oh, let's do a whole inventory system that you can manage and sort of move the items around with. It was never fully implemented. I just had to leave it because I thought, oh, this will be cool. No. Not for that kind of project within such a small like span of time, when you have a deadline that within like a month or two, or if you, I'm trying to think, how long was it? I think it was a few months. It was about 2 months or so, 2 or 3 months, around about that. Which is, yeah, no, it was a very small project, to be fair. It wasn't like, oh, this big massive thing. It was just like a small little thing. But that was funny considering the fact that I still periodically have that problem, but most of the time I do try and sort of, I keep it a bit more realistic nowadays. But anyway, the thing that I want to try that I never really did in Unity, like, the most I ever did was, like, have an object that the player sort of moves into and then they move to the top of a thing, I think. I want to try implementing ladders. Or sort of like step ladders or anything like that, because it's basically kind of a fundamental, it's pain, like you don't think about it until you actually try it. Like, you could have an idea that you think, yeah, this doesn't sound too difficult in theory, but then there's so many little things that you have to think about on all the technical side of things. Like how you're going to handle movement, how are you going to handle ammo, how are you going to handle, like, whether or not mechs are customizable, or if they're basically just static, and like what tools or resources they have, or just literally any other small point of detail, if you were especially considering having, I don't know, weak points and stuff. That's a lot worse, because you're just adding on to it. But I think a similar experience is thinking, let's make an RPG class system. How hard could that be? I did that for my dissertation, basically as part of my dissertation. That technical is one thing, visual is another thing. Both, yeah, no, it's not just the technical side of things. There's also, if you're trying to make it look like all, if you're trying to have a proper visual representation, if you're wanting to have it like properly modeled and animated, and have the animations be responsive to what you're wanting it to do, oh god, especially like all the little details too. But as part of my dissertation at university, I was actually learning how to make like little class systems. I was thinking, this shouldn't be difficult if I wanted to sort of make all of these things interchangeable and customizable. That was a fucking lie. I got it done in the end. I persisted with it, but dear lord, that stuff was at the time when I was learning it the first time, because I didn't really look at a thing like tutorial or online course or anything to help me out with it. I mostly did it basically off of my own assumptions and instinct, and surprisingly enough, although it took me a while to sort of iron things out and test things and whatnot, it did work. It did work the way I wanted it to, being able to swap things out and say have like different grenades or different projectiles or different abilities and stuff. Like, I managed to get that to work, and that was cool. That was such a cool thing. And kind of a shame I never really sort of went back to the idea, because I'd like to do it again at some point. Maybe bring one of my older Unity projects into Unreal and do it that way, you know. This is why what I did is instead of thinking, you made it a baseline to making the other mechs. Yeah, no, just having something which is the bare bones, rather than making it the be-all, end-all, makes things a lot easier, because you at least have something that works at a minimum. Just today I managed to 100% the first mech, and I'm honestly very happy. That's good to hear, honestly. Like, it definitely makes it a lot more manageable if you're not thinking about the whole scope of things, and rather you just break it down and say, this is the baseline. Off of this one thing that I make, we will expand off of it and eventually add the things that I want to make it cool. And I'm definitely trying to do that more, especially with like some of the enemy AI. I do have the sort of vision of, oh, well, we just have the base enemy, which has all the basic, like, enemy health and accepts the behavior trees and stuff and whatnot. But also being more specific either with specific types of enemy or having specific components to use for the enemies and what is definitely a word. The first, what's the rest gonna have? I don't know. I mean, that's mostly on you, because how can you top a black hole? I don't know, but it would be instant, just instant, silent, immediate death. Like nothing, it just goes and that's it. Ladder. Enough said. And that's probably the easiest explanation. I do want to try making proper ladders because it is basically kind of a staple in a lot of platformers to at least have one thing that you can climb on. Like look at Mario 64, Banjo-Kazooie, Rayman 2, Rayman 3 as well. I think I haven't played Rayman 3 in years. Just platformers in general. A lot of them just have like ladders or climbable surfaces. And I do want to try and actually properly make ladders because I feel like ladders themselves definitely lend well to verticality in a way. Not just, you know, not only having wall jumps as a thing for verticality, but also, you know, just having other ways of expanding how levels can be vertical. I've merged the two words together. I'm... oh god, oh crap! People haven't redeemed sound alerts for a while with channel points, so it kind of scares the crap out of me when it happens because I remember, oh god, I did do that! Yep, sound alerts. She sure did play oh god, oh crap for 500 channel points. But yeah, ladder, that's the thing I want to try. 100% the first mech. I already made a baseline for the other three. You just need to re-input the numbers and reconnect them correct way. Also, my face hurts from laughing that hard, I'm sorry. Also for everyone in chat, an ad break in about 1 minute and 30 seconds, just so you're aware. Anyway, let me think, because I think rather than going through the tedium of having to constantly wait for compile times and whatnot with C++ and rebuilding all the project files and whatnot, I'm first going to test this stuff with... Actually, you need some opinion on the look of the mech. Honestly, I don't mind giving an opinion. But yeah, I'm definitely going to... let me think. Brain. Yeah, try using blueprints first to test things, just to make sure that it... Yep. But yeah, definitely testing things in blueprints first, because I want to make sure it works. In theory, it definitely will work, but it's a bit more of making sure things are functioning as I want it to, rather than just, you know. Oh my god! Oh, I'm wanting to make it like a 3D collectathon platformer, like the old Spyro games, or like Super Mario 64 or Banjo. That's what I'm trying to do, but I'm trying to put more of an emphasis on movement mechanics a bit more, and like, I'm in very early, like, trying to figure things out, because I was working on it, like, quite steadily earlier this... Quite steadily, but, you know, yeah. There was a large span of time where I just kind of stopped focusing on stuff. Sent 2 shots, give me the... Ah! Oh yeah, ad break. I'll give this a look over. I know they probably can't hear me because it's ad break right now, but I'm gonna give it a look over and... Oh, ad breaks. Like, for people who are either not sub to the channel or people who don't have... I can't remember what it... Is it Twitch Plus? I don't remember what one it is, but it's... yeah. Basically, just ads run, like, every so often during stream. That's basically what it is. But yeah, Like, it doesn't seem like, in terms of the design, it doesn't seem like there's, like, an excessive amount going on. It seems like... It seems like you can tell, like, what it's supposed to be. It's not like there's too much visual information that's just making it impossible to see that, oh yeah, this is a mech. Because you can tell with the things, like, attached to it that it is a mech, that it is huge and foreboding and it will do stuff. I'm not the best at giving opinions sometimes, but I do try, but it does look good. It does look good. Right, let me think. Level objects. I do want to... Oh wait, did I make it? That's temp moving. Oh yeah, no, I'll do it. I'll make a blueprint in the temp objects because this is temporarily testing things. So, oh, I may as well then. I'll probably click my back too. I haven't done it for a while. There we go. Right. BP underscore temp. System. But is it scary? Does it look aggressive? Does it give a mech vibe? Like, as I said, like, you can tell it's a mech, and from, like, a lot of the eyes, like, a lot from from a lot of, like, the color scheme and how the eyes look and whatnot, it does... Like, it's a lot of jagged shapes as well, which, you know, jagged shapes within character design is normally an indication of something that's antagonistic or aggressive, and it definitely gives the vibe of something that's, you know, just... that really wants to hurt you, if that makes sense. Right, so... First things first. I'm gonna make a cube. Piston body. And I'm also going to make sure I have it at least where I need it to be in the level, so I can make sure it's the right size. Otherwise, this is going to be very awkward. So how big is this? This isn't that big at all. So this is going to need to be a bit bigger. Let's try 5. Let's try a scale of 5. Okay, that might be enough. That might be enough. and then... You know, but if that's the point, then it's doing it quite well. Like, it definitely gets that sort of aggressive vibe across. Also, if it was meant to be like more passive than anything, I don't think it would have that many turrets or guns on it. How big is your plane? Try to compare size between... I mean, at the moment, because I'm eventually wanting to replace the standard Unreal model with something that I wanted to work on a while back. Like, I have the model for what I'm wanting the main character to be, but I haven't, you know, properly animated it yet or anything like that, or made any textures or like materials or anything for it. I'm gonna see if I can find it because it's in temp model. If we measure it up to the player at the very least. Yeah, no. Roughly the size of a normal person, roughly. Also, I'm still glad that the whole, like, vertex wobbling effect still works with this. Well, how much is a normal person? I don't actually know how tall it is. Because it doesn't... Hold on, actually. Let me search this up, because I don't know off the top of my head. Dragging the mannequin, open a side view. I think the mannequins are 180 centimeters by default, which is 180 centimeters in feet and inches. That would be, I think, 5'9". I'm not sure, but about 180 centimeters or 5'9". Also, the song in the background, that's Sunny Beach from Spyro 2 Heater. Right, so temp piston, got piston body. Now I need to add the actual, like, little piston. Yeah, 1 meter 80 centimeters, yeah. Yeah. It's basically the running little theme that I've had with my streams, or game dev streams as of late. That mech that you show me is 4 times the size of... That sounds about right. That sounds about right. I would expect the mech to be huge. Unless it was more of like a smaller compact unit, but I would expect the mech to be that huge. But yeah, the like little running theme that I've had with my game dev streams lately has been using the Spyro music, because it does help me get a little bit into the groove a bit. Also, they are just generally like fun little things to listen to. Piston head. So piston head will go at the end. This will need to be like a 5 on the Y. Oh wait, whoops, that's piston body. It would need to be a 5 on the Y and a 5 on the Z. So 5Y, nearly 8 meters. Holy crap! 8 meters tall. Now, in order to actually distinguish like the main part, like the body from the head, I think I have a different color in here somewhere, or I just use basic asset. Yeah, there we go. I basically nerf gunned the piston. I nerf gunned the piston. And now we can tell where it's supposed to be pointing. Cool. Oh, it's going by 10s, not by 5s. Right. Snap to 5. Right, there we go. And then I wouldn't have, like, the first one be, like, right there, because that feels a bit unfair. It kind of is. It kind of is. I guess you could say it is. Also, I wish Unreal was a bit less awkward in actually letting me move things along, like, rather than unit, like, actually just based on their rotation. But, oh well. It's no biggie. Enables and disables stuff here. Hey, default UE5 Manny is 181 centimeters or 5'9". One Unreal unit is 1 centimeters. You can open the actual skeletal mesh asset and it will give you... Alright! Okay, that is one thing I didn't properly know about Unreal. Thanks for that. That's actually one thing I... Like... Oh, whoops. I closed the window. Whoops. I find where the player is, player, and then look at the skeletal mesh for Quinn, and then asset details. I'm assuming it's. I am. Settings mesh. Oh, it's on main screen. Oh. Top left. Okay, I am a bit too... It's on main screen. Right, for static meshes, you can hover over them in the content browser and it will show... Viewport. Right. Dip. I'm a bit silly. Yes. Then we have in the viewport. Oh, in the skeleton, yeah. Look to the left a bit. Oh wait, yeah. I see. So approximate size 109. But oh yeah, no. There I see it. Sorry, yeah, I see what you mean. I'm sorry about that. Normally, when I'm in, like, looking at a skeletal mesh, I'm not paying too much attention to the size, so in my fairness, it's a bit easy for me to miss. In Unity, there is a Unity conversion where it forces the scaling to be correct and on par with Unity sizes. If I remove that, the mech will... Oh god, oh good god. Oh good lord. To be fair, yeah, I do remember a little bit with Unity and all the sort of conversions when you're importing meshes into the engine. It's been a long time, but I still remember little tidbits of it. But yeah, right, so we have the piston head, we have the piston body. Begin play, I'm trying to think. You set up a timer. Set timer by event. I'd say maybe every 5 seconds. But I'm just doing this as the test for the time being. So set timer by event. And of course I want it to... For now I'm not going to loop. I'm just going to have it play the once. Just for the sake of making sure it works. So... Custom event. Piston. Fire. And then, so piston fire. There is a thing I am having in, like, I have in mind. Come on, it's something to do with timelines. I know it's something to do
I'm really feeling it.
Thank you so much for the follow. Also, it's kind of hidden underneath my screen. I'm sorry. But thank you so much for the follow, Matek. Thank you so much. Glad to have you here. Oh, you got jump scared? That was like... Where is my Stream Elements overlay? I should have that above everything else. It's kind of gotten buried up, but like underneath a whole bunch of stuff because of all the silly antics that I've gotten up to during playthrough streams. Like, I'm gonna level with you, Heater, because you'll notice. This thing, oh wait, it's hidden. This thing, it's still there from when I beat KH2. This, I do not keep my sources clean. Yeah, I kind of forgot. Like, all the happiness and good vibe stuff is still there from the KH2 playthrough. From the KH2 level 1 playthrough, which is funny. I kept them there just in case I ever need them again. Like, honestly, though it was funny because that actually kind of helped keep my sanity during that last stream. God, that was, oh god. I seriously need to get to work on doing the other death compilations for that playthrough. I kind of stopped. I've done 2 of them, and then I need to do the other like 6, 7 or so. Oh god, no. I'm slowly going to regret making that an option for my sound alerts, but you know what? I don't care. It's funny. Oh lord. Oh no, no, not again. Please. There should be. Hold on, where is my sound alerts? For me, there's a sound. I don't know if there's like... Oh god, oh, hold on. Oh god. Never mind, Sound Alert's website is not... Oh, Opera's... Yeah, that's weird. There should be a sound. Audio and video. It's weird. Yeah, you're supposed to hear the played sounds. That's... weird. Hold on. It's coming through on my end. Hold on, let me look this up. Let me troubleshoot this. This is weird. Okay, so check if it's set to monitor and output. Hold on. It's fine, right, properties. Oh wait, no, that's not it. Am I blind? I keep saying this like I'm... Wait, so control audio via OBS first. I will not follow it. I do have it. Oh, wait. So sound alerts, monitor off, monitor and output. And I think that kind of explains why I was never getting them through via the Stream Elements overlay. Because I only had... it was all set to monitor off for some reason? Okay, I don't know if this fixes it. Problem started when I followed. Listen. Welcome. Follow follow for just a little bit. I don't know if that works. Did that come through that time? Also, I might have that. It's so loud. Yeah, I should turn that down. Because it automatically says it. There we go. Keep it. Alright, I'm gonna turn down the actual browser source volume. Great, so I actually know what the hell the real reason why I wasn't hearing my stream elements, like, alerts come through in OBS. Because it was set to monitor off. It was set to monitor off. Right, that should all be sorted now. My main fear is the oh god, oh crap one, because I have that set to probably be one of the loudest of them all. And as soon as I say that, I'm gonna adjust it a little bit more, just in case. You want to hear that one? Well, if anyone has 500 channel points, you know who you are. Then go right ahead. The option is there. There we go. I don't know how loud that was on your end. It might have been very loud. It might have been a bit quiet. Because this is good stuff. Thanks. Oh, good lord. Right. What? Now you can share your pain. Yes. Perfect. Oh, gosh. So, can make a timeline. Add timeline. That's it. Yeah, thank you very much for that. Let me think. Piston move. I should probably... New time. Would that be in Delta? I'm trying to think. Because I haven't used, like, timeline within Blueprints for a long time. Though I'm pretty sure I've used it in code. Hold on. Because I'm pretty sure I did that for the player squash and stretch. So surely this should be a matter that is as simple as just doing the thing. So let me go find what I'm missing in C++. Well, I'm gonna leave. It's nice. Thank you ever so much for being here. Like, thanks for stopping by. We're honestly so close. Like, stay safe. Like, have a good day. Have a good night. But yeah, we're very close to 100 followers. We're 6 away now, which is crazy. It's almost been a year since I actually made affiliate. Believe it or not. Like, in about a month's time. Towards the end of December, I think it was actually the absolute tail end of December. That was when it happened. And I'm definitely doing something to commemorate 1 year of making it to affiliate because, you know, I've been waiting to try and get there for so long. So, definitely doing something for that when that happens. Not sure what I'll do yet. Probably do something similar to what I did for the anniversary stream. Stream way earlier than normal and do a bunch of different stuff on stream for that day, but yeah, who knows? Yeah, Ryder should be appearing in... There we go. So if I look at time... I think, though to be fair, timelines in code are very different compared to timelines in Blueprint, or at the very least, from my understanding... Yeah. You have the September back. Oh, that's what that is. I was thinking, what the hell is that? It looked like a it looked like a silly funny. It looks like a silly little guy. That's honestly what it looks like. It's just a silly little guy. Right, I'm gonna have to refresh my memory on how to do it in blueprints because right, let me think. Think. UE timeline. What the fuck is timelines in Unreal Engine 4? There we go. Because I need to remember if it is delta time that I feed into new time or if it's something else that I feed. It probably is delta time and I'm just, you know, being silly. Or I don't know, and I'm wrong. Come on, you can do C++ in Unreal. I can't. You can handle a baby timeline in BPs. I know, but in some senses, it's kind of fundamentally different. In some senses, it's a little bit different, and that scares me. Like, so... Like, here's the thing. This is what I always tell people. I may be smart, but I'm also stupid. And I'll always make this a point. So, set new time. So, update... I know, of course, I go in here and then I can add what track I want. So if I want it to be a float track or a vector track and stuff, then I just do that. So I need it to be a vector track because, of course, I'm moving the position of the piston head. So I want... So... And then, of course, if I go back into the viewport, looking at this, this will be along the X. So, of course, I need to lock Z curve, and so now I'm only editing on the X. So, add key to X. Now, I want this to happen quickly. I want this to happen very quickly. So maybe within, maybe within 1 second. Also, this is all squashed up against that, sorry. I should probably do, I'll set the timeline length to 1 for now. So at 1 second, I want it to go by... Right, what would be acceptable? So if I was to move this by... Let's say 600, and then right, so that almost works. So what about 900? If I was to say 900, okay, maybe that's a bit too far. 800. Right, 800's fine. So adding 500 on gets it to that point. So at 1 second on the X... Oh, it's not locked anymore. Whoops. There we go. Right, so on the X-axis, at 1 second, have it be 500. I can no longer see it. Oh, because it... Oh, wait, because that's the only key. Never mind. I remember now. So, at time 0 seconds, it will be 0. And then at time 1 seconds, at 500. I do kind of want to actually be able to see the ref. Where is the... There it is. Right, there we go. That looks much nicer. So that does that. So in the event graph we have, I didn't name this, track, rename, call it piston movement. So call it piston movement because it's moving the piston head. So direction, E timeline direction, E none. I do want to get, so I'm going to make a vector variable, call it piston head start. And I want that to be the start position for the piston head. Set piston head start, get piston head, get location. So get world location. And set that. And then during the update, or I might be wrong. Hold on. Shouldn't you set position 0 to be 300? And otherwise it will move from... You don't need the start position variable then. Maybe. That could work. Hold on. Let's see about that then. So get rid of that. Go back into the timeline. Instead of it be at 0, set value to 300 because that's where the X would start anyway. Yeah, to be fair, it is dependent on the setup. And to be fair, my brain was kind of what my brain is kind of used to, but it's a different setup. So and then during the thing, set the get piston head, set component location, set location, set absolute location, and set relative location, set world location. Yep, there we go. So set world location to... Oh, actually... Oh, yeah, no. Set relative location would probably be better. Right, so set relative location. And I'll split the struct, because I don't want to set it... Oh, wait, no. To be fair, I probably... It wouldn't make a difference. Right, so set that, and then in update... Oh, right. But yeah, first I want to make sure that that actually works before doing the reverse part of it. Which is why I don't have it set to loop. So first we're gonna go here, test the first part of it. So wait 5 seconds. Okay, that doesn't seem right. Something went wrong there. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, I did save that. I did sort that. So that's... Right, that's out there. Oh, wait, no, I was wrong. I forgot to set it to the 800. That was my fault. That was my fault. Oh, whoops. I still had it set to what I was initially going to do, where I was going to add 500 instead of, you know, flat out setting the position. So, I kind of... Yeah, it worked, right. That first part works, though it could definitely be quicker. And then what I want to do after it finishes is I want to reverse it. Oh, I can't do that. Both are on the same node. If you want it to... Grab your timeline component variable and... On finished. Oh, right. I'll add small delay. I could just do the delay and then on completed, just reverse. There we go. Even though it makes it look like a funny little hourglass, I always think. Right, let's test this now. So, oh, wait, I keep pressing play, not play from here. I kept doing that when I was building this level as well, so... Okay, that works. It kind of jumped a little bit, but it worked. And then now if I set it to loop every 5 seconds... I keep forgetting. For some reason, I just have everything on the wrong side of where the test level is. And it's kind of messing with my... And I did it again. It's kind of messing with my head a little bit. So if we do that, and then go back, and then... Let's actually... Oh yeah, I need to sort out how the camera interacts with it. That's a thing I need to do. So... Of course it is working, which is good. I think I do want to shorten this, though, because I think it needs to be a bit quicker. And then I need to reduce the timeline to just 0.25. There we go. Oh, ad break starting soon if people are... Yeah. Ah, my brain. I return. Hello, return. Welcome back here. Right. So that should be quicker now. Whisper Bites, holy. I haven't had those in ages. I love them a lot. Right, I think I need to... Right, so 800 goes to just about the edge there. It doesn't push the player all the way off, so I think 900 or 850 actually may be the play. Okay, 900. 900 is the play. No! I thought I would escape ads because I didn't see the ads countdown. Heater, no! Right, so that goes to 900 now. Never mind. 950. 950 seems better. Right, so me learning, so with timelines, you don't need to input delta time, you just let it play as is. So, I can't remember what new time was, if that just sets a timeline length or forces it to play from a specific time, I don't know. But also, welcome back from the ads, everyone. Hold on, there's something I need to refresh my memory on. That doesn't help me. Darn internet. Game? Oh, Unreal, I mean? Right, let's do that again, because that was... I think it saved at the same time I did that. Hover over timeline and hold down left control and left alt. In the blueprint? Oh. Oh, right, the node. Right, so play, so new time to jump to when set new time is Oh, right. So I was kind of correct on my assumption that it's just like forcing it to play from a specific time. Also, we can't see any sub-menu open in Unreal. Yeah, I don't know why that happens. It's kind of weird. hold on, let me see about that as well. You know, another little technical issue. OBS Unreal submenus not captured. Which one you're saying? Okay, apparently. Right, so I want to see, because where is? Because I used to use a display capture way back when. Right, this is... Oh yeah, this was a sandwich from the stream from Tuesday. I'm gonna get rid of that. What was this? I can't... I think this was me comparing stuff in Kingdom Hearts. Right, I'm gonna get rid of some of my sources because... Right. Okay, okay. Oh, good God. Oh, wait. This isn't right. There we go. But now you can just see literally everything. And I also need to resize this. There we go. Not really, no, but... It's mostly how cluttered things are. Though, to be fair... Yeah, this isn't too bad for, like, doing, like, the dev streams, really. Okay, Now, I don't know if I think this will work. If I reduce... Right, so now this should left control and alt. There we go. Yeah, all my submenus and stuff are actually showing now, which is good, which is cool, which is cool, which is great. Though I will need to keep in mind to turn this off when I'm, like, just generally streaming games and stuff, because, yeah, I already have, like, the separate captures for them anyway, and it's not like it's not needing to get any specific, like, points of detail, so, you know, it's not needed for all the other general streams. Let's see. Let's try setting this to a 2-second timer. Oh, Alright. So... Right, player sprint, past those. So those are working fine. No, something to keep in mind for the future. That's what I'm thinking. Be evil. Add a roll if it triggers. Add a roll if it triggers. Oh, God. I don't want to be too evil, because this is only like a little... so it's not consistent. So either... Oh, God. Like, I could see or leave the first one... Leave the first one... I'll leave these ones as they are. And make, say, like, stuff within, like, the actual levels themselves. That's where I decide to say, yeah, we're gonna make things a little bit inconsistent here, so to keep you on your toes. It's evil, but it works? So, yeah, no, that works. Anywho, the next thing I want to do is make spikes. And of course, I'm still going to be testing this within the blueprints, because it's easy to make sure things work here first, and then doing them in the C++. I can handle these easy. And then they work, or they do 2 pushes. Oh god, 2 quick pushes where it's just like... And then it stops for a few seconds, and then does it again. Oh god, that's diabolical. That's... oh god. That's just evil. That's pure evil. Oh my god. I'll keep that in mind. I'll keep that in mind. So BP underscore spikes. I should have called it temp spikes, which whoops. Temp spikes, because I'm eventually just gonna have them implemented in C++, but this is mainly for the testing to make sure that these things work. Okay, it will be... I don't want it to just be like a singular cone. I want it to be a set of cones. I'm pretty sure cones can be... Yep, cone, right. And then first things first, I'm going to drag the object into the scene, so at the very least I have a little visual on how it looks. Actually, you know what? I won't have it here. I'll have it actually where it needs to be. Which is... I'll put it here. It's a bit difficult to see. At the moment, that is just a singular spike. A singular little spike. And that is why I'm going to add more cones. So... in kind of like a little bit of an array, or maybe like a little hexagon pattern, maybe? I'm not sure. You know what? Screw it. I'll do that. I'll do kind of like a sort of pentagon, hexagon pattern. Super hexagon. Super hexagon. Pentagon, hexagon. We'll go for a hexagon pattern. A hexagonal pattern. Something that... oh, wait. I should have used Alt. Alt. There we go. No, wait. Oh, wait. No. Alt doesn't work here. That's only when you're moving objects in the editor. Right. I just need to add them individually or duplicate them. I can duplicate. And then we move you up here. Oh, yeah. No. Screw it. We'll make it a pentagram. We'll make it a pen... We won't do a pentagon. We'll do... to be fair, the points of a pentagram just make a pentagon anyway. So we'll do that. It wasn't intentional at first, but we're leaning into it. We're making it intentional. And hell, who knows? Maybe in the actual game, the main character will go through some kind of hell. Whoops, I forgot. So that's minus 30, 110. Duplicate. So that needs to be minus 110. And that is minus 70. So that will be 70. Right. Right, that's looking fine enough. Oh wait, I'm looking at this. This is reminding me of something. Like, I don't know why I was reminded of this when I just... like, having them in this arrangement, but now that I am, I'm just going to drop this on new chat. So, Toy Story 2. You can already kind of see where I'm going with I don't think this is... I put it in reference... Why did I put it in reference poses? I should have put it in downloads. But the spikes in, like, the opening bit of Toy Story 2, like, in the game, like, when Rex is playing the Buzz Lightyear video game, like, the spikes here, it reminded me so much of that. Like, I could just do that, but I do want to just leave it as the sort of, like, pentagon stuff for, like, the pentagram thing. But that is something to keep in mind. It did remind me of that. It did remind me of that, which is a crazy thing to be reminded of, but I ain't complaining, because good movie. And I also did drop stuff, so sorry about that. Should probably also hydrate, because I haven't actually, you know, done that for a while. Whoops. I know that the stage music's going to end eventually, and I'm going to have to pick another one. I like this. I like the stage music. There we go. Much better. Anyway, so let me think. Hold on, my brain shut off for a moment. Okay, I need to add collision. And I don't know if I'll make it an overlap or just a regular solid, like, blocking collision. So... but now I'll just make it a box, just to, you know, simple, like, make it simple. And then set the box extent to... let's see, 96. Right, it needs to be longer than that. 128. No, 160. Did that do it? Yeah, 160. 160 by 160. There we go. 160 by 160 by... maybe 60? Ah, that works. Maybe slightly less. Maybe 48. Yeah, that works. Okay, so... for now, I'll just do a regular, like, on component hit. So, simulation generates hit events. Yep. So, on component hit. So, other actor. First, I'm just gonna cast to with VP player. Just for the simple part, and then just test things, and then rinse. So player hit spikes. So I want to make sure that this is working. So we'll quickly test things. Apparently not. Oh wait, because it's. Oh wait, no. Now I remember. Because this isn't set to block all by default. This is set to overlap all dynamic. I'm glad I realized that. Okay, right now we forget to press play from here. Oh gosh. Right, and now we check. Or we walk straight off. I should have just put it on, like, flat on the ground, but I wanted to test it within the context of it being a wall spike. Right, player hit spikes. Oh no, the player is hitting the spikes so many damn times, they have been turned into a pincushion. Cool. Anyway, that works. In a way. So what I want next... I'm thinking to myself, normally, the reaction to spikes, I mean, it depends on the game. Unless you're Mega Man, in which case you just die immediately when you touch spikes. But normally the reaction would just be to have a character just sort of briefly jump up and, like, become immune to hits for, like, a small amount of time. So... hold on, let me swap over to Clip Studio. I know there's probably no point in swapping over to Clip Studio, considering the fact that the display capture is running on, like, the first screen now, but I still like having my screens separate. For, like, art and coding and then the dev stuff, so I still like doing that. But anyway, I probably won't do that, like, actually have that implemented yet, because it's all working out how I want the player to sort of move, like, bounce up depending on... Oh, sorry about that. Depending on, I guess, like, where the spikes are placed, I guess? If that makes sense? Like, that's my reasoning for it, but... but that's just me thinking. That is just me thinking. Okay, sorry about that. Anyway, with the spikes, like, I don't know if I want it to be, oh, depending on how the spikes are placed, if they're placed, like, flat on the ground or on the side like this. I don't know, like, if I want it to be, oh, depending on, like, what area of the spikes the players hit or, like, what direction they're jumping in from, it sort of bounces them a different way. Or if I just want it to be a flat, like, oh, it just bounces the players just straight up where they are when they hit the spikes. Like, that second option is definitely the easiest one. Though the first one is a lot more dynamic, but would definitely take a lot more time to sort of implement. And as I said, before, I do want to try and like rein things in a lot more when it comes to coming up with some ideas. And not trying to just get too ambitious about things, if that makes sense. So I already went into this earlier in stream, and that's just... And, you know, it's a fun thing. So, I think, definitely, for when I implement actually, like, propping the player up, just say... I mean, to be fair, I can test it now. I can test it now a little bit. But, of course, there wouldn't be any way to tell, how to properly, like, avoid doing that to the player, so it's a bit... I'll go for Ocean Speedway for the music for the second half of the stream. So I think there's a thing I want to consider. So, for example, I don't know if I want this to be within the player interface or if I want this to just be a general sort of like thing. Probably the player interface, because that would probably make the most sense for my brain. Otherwise, I'm just going to be racking my head for this. So player interface. So if you've been keeping up with things, then you'll know what I did with this. But if not, the player interface is basically, it's mainly used to return, like, specific, hold on, let me actually find the header file for this, because, yeah, player character interface. When I use it as essentially an intermediary for the input between the player controller and the player character themselves. So, if the pawn that the player is controlling actually implements the interface, then it will actually sort of execute those methods and do whatever it needs to do on that specific thing. You know, just as interfaces do. But I use that as an intermediary to separate like the input for the player and what actually happens with the player. So it's a bit more agnostic. But at the same time, I also use it as a means of checking whether or not the player is, like, whether or not the player's movement is currently disabled, or, like, if they're doing anything else, if that makes sense. So, definitely a case of, like, this could be used as a means of achieving what I want here, which is... Hold on, brain. Right, so... on player set can be hurt to false. Use get player, or either set can be hurt to false or set has been hit. Get player can be hurt in this case, because that was what I already named it here. To see if effect applied. Do not if false. But then that creates a unique problem. And I will go over that problem once I resize this because I need to fit more text, and I'm writing things relatively big. So, write that there. The unique problem that... Okay, so... Oh yeah, I need to click OK, I forgot, whoops. Anyway, the unique problem this presents is at the moment... So, right now... Check on hit. Only on hit. Not like while the object is, like, while the target object is still just on there, only on the initial hit. So, if player on spike when bool is true, is true again, won't be hurt. And that's a unique problem that I'm facing. So, now there's probably a way of, like, a built-in way of sorting this that I haven't, you know, used before, because, you know, there are things that I do know exist and... Okay, no, apparently not. Looking at all the things for, like, on component hit, on begin overlap, on end overlap and stuff, it doesn't exist. Okay, right, cool. So, what I would have to do is, I would have, for the spikes, I would have to woo! Hello, Hitor. You have returned again. Let me think. I keep having moments where my brain just stops. I'm thinking, and I have the idea in mind. It's just my brain stopped. I'm also moving my microphone over so that my drawing tablet is a little bit more centered, so it's a little less awkward to reach over. So right now, therefore I would need to, right, so to solve problem, add bool b player. So checks whether or not the player is currently on there, then periodically check for player. If so, check if they can be damaged. And then basically do things from there. Because I don't remember. Hold on. Let me double check a few things. Unity on. Yep, no, right. Now, yeah, I was remembering that correctly. So, at the very least, in Unity, there was a method for both, like both regular colliders and collision 2D, where essentially while collisions was just still happening, like there was stuff like, oh, on collision enter, on collision leave and whatnot, but there was also on collision stay, which basically said, oh, while these two collide, or while the collider is meeting with this object and still meeting with this object, then do this thing. Unreal doesn't have that, like, built in, I don't think. Not from my understanding. So to fix this, I'd basically have to periodically check a thing at a certain rate, not like every frame, because that would just be very, very inefficient, non-performant. So then again, oh, I realized, I now know what I need to do. Right. Okay, yeah, no, development stuff. I need to swap back over to Unreal now. So I completely forgot what I thought. Yeah, right, Boolean, B, player, so B player detected. So what I want is to no, actually, I won't actually need this. If I do what I was thinking of, which is B player damage handle. So we get a timer handle. So we get set timer by handle. Oh wait, it's still right, so set timer by event. Oh, hold on. Okay, that was kind of funny. So for people who know, then you know, but for people who don't know, earlier this week, me and my... Oh yeah, what's up? Zone out for a bit. No problem, no problem. So I worked out the logistics of what I'm going to do for the spikes. And then when I was explaining what I was like, when I was like talking through what I was doing, a thing happened, and I was going to explain. So for people who know, you know, but for people who don't know, which is very likely, I have an echo spot now, and I said this thing here, and the echo said set timer for how long, and I just said no. Because I didn't even speak the command word, which is funny. So that was the thing that happened. So I want this to be a looping event, custom event, check player interface. I mean, first things first. I want an actor variable called player target. So actor, so we get an actor object reference, set player target. That still works because it's just long descended from actor. I'll still keep that there, even though I already know it works. So we've got player target set in the event that that, you know, succeeds. So check player interface. First things first, get player target, does implement interface, and I want it to be the player character interface, which is the thing that I'm communicating with for this. So if this just returns false, then I don't want to. Oh no, I'm using interfaces specifically for this. I'm using interfaces specifically for this. Yeah, I know. Yeah, to be fair, yeah, I don't need the... Though, to be fair, this is... To be fair, it's mainly whether or not it... I can just check the tags, to be fair. I can just check... I can just check object tags, as tag. Oh, you can use the other active pin for the interface pin. Right. Okay, so reorganizing things. Right, so it does implement interface, then we have the player character interface. If that's true, set player target to the other actor, which is... And then, of course, we're saying the player has hit the spikes. And then set the timer for event, which I want to check periodically every so often. So, check player interface. I don't have the method yet. I don't have the method within the interface itself yet, but to be fair, I may as well do that now. Where is the player character interface? Because that's in good old C++. So and then bool get can be... No. Get... I'm trying to think. The proper name probably has player been hit. And I know I could probably just set a thing to ignore it anyway, but this is just kind of working out easier for my brain for the time being until I restructure things. I've also lost my way to the window. There we go. I don't think I never got rid of the things here. I never got rid of my mapping context here for some reason. I need to, because that's handled by the player controller now. I think. Hold on, let me double check just to make sure I'm actually... Player controller... H... Yeah, no, that is handled by the... I thought I did get rid of it from the player character's header file. Oh, wait, no. Actually, I think I know what I did. I got rid of the actual... Like... Yeah, no, I got rid of the actual, like, binding the inputs thing, but I didn't actually get rid of the input actions in the mapping context. Whoops. So I don't need those here. Right. So, in terms of... Where did I put my other... Right, so... Virtual void, player sprint... Oh, yep, there we go. So, all... Right. Get has player been hit implementation. Wait, why is that not a virtual bool? Hold on. Hold on, I'm confused, because all of my other interface methods are virtuals. I don't know why this isn't. To be fair, I don't think I ever use this anyway. Does not have a virtual specifier. Yeah, no, Yeah, I never use this because I just realized, oh, using get player move disabled is just easy enough for it anyway, so I don't need to use this. Nor do I need get player is using air action because get player move disabled exists. So get rid of those. Just a little bit general cleanup, I guess. There we go. And then I need to get rid of that because and then... Oh. Wait, hold on. I just realized my mistakes. Where's my player controller? Because I'm thinking, do I just... No. Okay, I have made mistakes. Right, so I'll put that back for now. And then sort that out later. I thought I had sorted that out. That was... Okay, so... Right, get has player been hit implementation. There we go. Right, I was just remembering where I was. And then this is return get disable movement. So hold on. Oh, it's an inline method. See, this is where you can tell I've forgotten some things with this project, even though I'm the one working on it. So get disable movement is return either air dashing or B is stomping. Right, so I'm going to make a force inline ball. Get player and I don't have the boolean for it yet. Bool B has player been hit. So return B has player been hit, and then instead of this, return get has. Oh wait, I realize it sounds the same as it is. Oh, get player has been hit. That was the one, right? So that will return that to the thingamajiggy. But I also need one for setting it. So can I make that a... No, I can't. I actually have to... Right, so U function... Again, blueprint, native event. Blueprint, callable. Void, set has player been hit. Bool. B has been hit. I know this is probably a messy way of doing this, and there's probably a cleaner way. I mean, there most certainly is. So B has been hit, right. Cool. Right, let me think. So, look at my notes. So, B player hit. Have they been hit? Yes. Then they don't get hit. Then okay. So, quick thing I'm gonna have to do. Wait. Yeah, no, quick thing I'm gonna have to do, because I find that compiling it normally takes God knows how long for me, for some reason. Even with Rider. I'm going to just delete the files and some of the files and rebuild that way, because it's just gonna be quicker for me, honestly. For people who don't know. But for people who do know, then this is just the normal routine. definitely because of either components or the fact that, like, for the sake of space, I use my I use a HDD instead of an SDD for my SSD for my like storage for games and whatnot, and that includes my projects because it's larger than my main drive. Which could probably explain why the compile times can be a bit slow, because I know that with an SSD, the compile times would be infinitely quicker. Or at the very least, not if not infinitely quicker, then a little bit quicker. So right. So that's those generated. Now I just get the project to reopen and just wait a little bit for that. Ooh, whoops. I should pay attention to that. And now we wait. Which hopefully shouldn't take that long, you know? But normally it takes a little bit of time. There we go. Right. That is just about done. There we go. Oh wait, that's my starting soon screen. Whoops! Right, where's the content browser? There it is. It always does this whenever I rebuild the files like this. Right, maps, test level. Right, so first things first, I want to go into the blueprints. Where is temp objects? Where is temp spikes? There we go. Okay, so and then on player target, get player target, and then get has player been hit. So this will, of course, only be called if the object in question does implement the interface, which we know it does, but I do like how this does this. I want to add a print statement here just to see if this works. So append so append onto the end. Right. Now I know this won't stop even if I step off the collision. I'm trying to figure out how to do that from this side. So I realize my problem, because there's no equivalent to like the opposite, like overlap end. There's no equivalent to overlap end, which kind of sucks. Unless I have another little thing encompassing like the upper layer of it and use overlap end for that? Like, that could work? Yeah, we'll try that. We'll try that. So, duplicate this. The overlap layer, I'll call this overlap all dynamic. And then we'll make the box extend slightly bigger. So, do 170 by 170 by 60, just to be safe. And I want to check if this actually overlaps properly as well. So first things first, I'll Begin overlap here. Other actor does implement interface. Character interface. Branch. And then I want to print. So print, string. Always has some urgency. I like that. Now, I don't want it to do actually do anything on the overlap. I'm just making sure that this overlap layer works. I did click play, didn't I? Yeah, I did. I did click play. It is just taking its time. Right, there we go. Okay, so overlap player does work. Cool, right. So, I don't need the begin overlap. I do need the end overlap. So, other actor. Then get clear. Clear and then validate timer by handle. There we go. God damn it. Now, hopefully, and this is what I'm hoping for, if this works, like, the first half of it already works, but it's the other half. Okay, it does work. It does clear the handle. Perfect. Cool, right. Cool, right, so that works. Both sides of that work in terms of, like, printing out the messages and clearing the timer. So there is an extra layer that I think I've forgotten. Oh, sorry about that. I'm gonna show off getting late for me. Yeah, no, that's fine, that's fine. yeah, I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for stopping by. It was great to have you here. Also, don't forget, if you want to keep up to date with like announcements for streams and schedules and whatnot, don't forget to join the Discord. If you haven't already, though that is dependent on what you want to do. But yeah, I'm not forcing you. I'm not saying you should, but if you do want to, then the option's there. But thank you for stopping by. It was great having you here. Yeah, there is a factor that I am not... Wait a minute, my brain. Oh yeah, no. Now I remember. There is a factor that I have kind of failed to consider. And that is... Within here... I would not be able to... So I would not be able to set, like, the player's variable back to true... to, false. Or to true... Or, yeah, back to false. Because it will be set to true when they're hit. And then, after a little while, it would need to be set back to false. But, outside of the player class, there is no way to do this. So I would need to go back into the player character and add a little check to see, like, oh, if the value that this is being set to is false, then set a timer and then call this method again. Basically, kind of recursively, but in a way it's not recursive. Alright, oh yeah, I meant to go into here. There we go. Right. So within the player character, within the method, here. If B has been hit. So if not B has been hit, so if this is false, then E. Hello. If false, then E. Yes. If false, then... Oh, wait. No. Now I remember. F timer handle. Reset. Hit. Handle. And I know it's never used. Hush! So, get world timer manager. Set timer. So, I'm trying to remember because it's been a while. So, we pass in the reset time handle. Reset hit handle, that's what I meant. Then we add the do hickamajiggy, the method. So we're calling this method again. So, and ATP underscore player character set has been hit implementation. But I don't want B has been hit here. I want it to be true. No, I want it to be false. Oh, wait, no, then... Oh, oh, wait, Ryder, why are you frozen? Ryder has frozen. This is not good. This is very concerning. I've got to wait for... There we go. Oh wait, it doesn't... Okay, so silly me. So set has player been hit implementation, set it's true. This needs to be true in order for this to be a thing, and then this needs to be false, right? So in rate, I'll say for like a second, and then false for looping. I might have gotten this the wrong way, so in rate, be loop. Const reference. What do you... Oh, I swear to God. Oh. Okay, this is a problem. Hold on. Oh wait, hold on. I'm missing a thing. So reset hit handle this. Cannot apply to Ava. That's weird. Oh wait, no. I just need another little method for this. So private void set has been hit false, and then say set has player been hit implementation false. And then back up here, set has been hit false, There we go. Right, that works. Which means, once again, we must do the good old set to Clip Studio, close Rider, close the engine, well, saving it first, and then rebuilding all the project files once we've given it a moment to sort of refresh itself. Alright, right, that's been given a moment. Oh, whoopsie daisy. And then we build the project again. Also, welcome back from the ads, people. It does take its time. It does kind of grate a little bit, but it's not that bad. Oop. Gosh. Gosh. But in terms of stuff gotten done today, I'm pretty happy with the stuff that I've gotten done on stream today. Generally today, like not just stream stuff, but overall, today's been pretty good. Like I had a decent day at work. I had a fair bit of energy today. Like all in all, today's been pretty good, and I'm pretty happy with that. Right. Can go back now. Content browser is there. Annoyingly. As usual. Oh, wait, wrong maps folder. Right. Test level. So, temp objects, temp spikes. So here, so get player has been hit, so that's of course set to false. So, but then I also, like, I don't need to, like, check, like, that with the print statement anymore, because I know that works. So we get a branch now. So branch, if this, like, this being fed into here is false and the player hasn't been hit, this is when we want something to happen. So we'll say set player has been hit to true. And then we'll also say, for now, print string player has been hit. So now we'll test, see if this works. Oh, wait. Did I do it? I did. Right, so... So every 0.5 seconds it's checking to see if they have been hit, and every second they will get hit, and then it will say that the player has been hit, which works nicely. And then when the player steps off of the overlap thing surrounding it, then they stop getting hit by the spikes. That works, that works, that works nicely. I like that. I'm very happy with that. So, sadly, we didn't get, like, I'm not properly implementing, like, the actual sort of impulse or, like, rebound for being hit by the spikes yet. I'll do that at a later date. It was mainly making sure that this could work in the blueprints context. I will get this working probably within code maybe, or I will just leave it as blueprints just to sort of minimize how much I'm sort of recoding. Because, you know, that would be nice not having to constantly redo things all the time. So, I think I may leave them as is, but, you know, still, like, or as is, as in, you know, leave them within blueprints, but still, like, eventually implement the knockback for the spikes and whatnot, so that, you know, there's a proper sort of feedback to, you know, that happening. So, yeah. So with that out of the way, I think I'm going to call things there for today. So, to everyone who showed up, and everyone watching things back on the VOD, whether it's here on Twitch or on YouTube, depending on when you're watching this, thank you ever so much for showing up to the stream today. I really appreciate you being here. The next stream will be tomorrow. We will be continuing Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. We had quite a bit of fun with that last time, even though a lot of that was getting lost in sub-stories, which honestly was kind of my fault, because I have the perpetual problem of constantly playing the sub-stories within the Yakuza games, because there's just so much of them there, and it's always like those little bits of content that just make things worthwhile within any of the Yakuza and the Like a Dragon games. So yeah, I will be continuing that tomorrow. I can't wait to do that. But yeah, thank you ever so much. I really appreciate it, and as always,